For those people that laughed at me when I went from a 2.5 liter to an 1800cc and to a 1300cc, who's laughing now?
I'm sorry it was meant to be a joke. I can't even say that in a straight face. If you have that car, let us just see it, then let us hear it, and then possibly give us one night to just, touch it a little bit. We won't abuse it. It'll come back pristine. It won't come back a virgin, but it'll come back pristine.
If you're a man, you need to have some pride. So there's no way you can drive a car that the name's variant is same as to that of a phone. You have the AutoPax Yetu, then you have the AutoPax Yetu Pro.
Yeah, anyway, moving on swiftly.
Hello and welcome to Banter Corner. This is a Cars 360 original where we're going to be talking about everything dealing with cars. If it's about a new car, old car, motor shows, motorsports, anything. If it's about cars, we're going to be talking about it banter style. And obviously I have two guys to help me out with this. Introduce yourself.
Martin from Speed Junkie Africa. Check us out.
Awesome.
James Dibo from Benz Movement, Kenya. Can check us out on Instagram and other socials.
Awesome. Those are the two interesting guests I have with me, and now let's get to it. We're just going to start on the topics because we don't have much time and I want us to get through it. So recently we did see there was an increase in fuel prices. We had a hike of 1 liter of petrol, now it's at 211. I mean, if you are an avid driver, you do remember that you used to see 190 bob used to be V-Power and 200 used to be V-Power. Now you're even paying 11 shillings more for a liter of V-Power. I mean,
we could have afforded V-Power.
Yes.
We could.
We could have afforded V-Power.
Hindsight is 2020, but now,
yeah.
for those people that laughed at me when I went from a 2.5 liter to an 1800cc and to a 1300cc, who's laughing now?
I think the smart money right now is with downsizing. I know. If you're a huge petrol head right now, you're like, downsizing is like almost cussing out your mother as a clap to the devil. But it is an important thing. We can't all just be paying 211 all the time just because you have a heavy foot and a big engine. So I do have a question for you guys. Right now with the high fuel prices, we can no longer just drive V8s like we don't care. We need fuel-efficient cars. Which car do we pick? I think I'll start with you. Which car would you take?
It depends. It depends. For my scenario, I'm not a family man, let's say like Martin. For me, I'm actually comfortable right now driving my Yamaha DT 175.
Wait, are you talking about a bike?
A bike.
Oh my God.
That's how bad the economy is.
I said cars 360, not bikes 360.
Okay. Let me
Devil's advocate.
Yes.
Okay, let me devil down. If I were to get a car, I'd go for the Suzuki Wagon R.
Okay, yeah, Suzuki Wagon R is actually
650cc. They think they also have a one which has a turbo spec, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So I think I'd go for that. Quite Suzuki economical. Yeah. Suzuki Wagon R is the pick.
Suzuki Wagon R. I have something to say about that, but I want to know what you're going to say.
Personally, I wouldn't drive something the size of a shoebox. That, as he's suggesting, you can go hybrid. I mean, technology. Yes. And my proposal is go series hybrid. I mean, there's very many other hybrids, but series hybrids are where it's at. Why? Because you get all the benefits of an electric car without all the drawbacks. I mean, range anxiety? No. The engine charges the battery. The battery drives the motor. The motor drives the car. Simple. 1 liter, 25 kilometers. Am I talking to somebody?
No. Let me interject you. Come on, with my Wagon R, I have a liter giving me a range of around 30 kilometers. That's urban setting. If I decide to drive outside Nairobi, I can even achieve 50 kilometers for a liter.
Yes, but he will be capped at 80 kilometers per hour. My fellow,
No.
if you are deciding to do public transport, go the Wagon R way. But if you want comfort, space, and if you get if you have a little bit more money, you can shell out for the really nice spec, the Nismo specs e-power with 136 horsepower, goes to 0 to 100 in 6 seconds, and you're still saving fuel, dude.
Now, I'm going to come up, obviously, with the best solution, because I'm seated at the middle chair. And my solution will be a Porsche Taycan. I mean, fully electric. We have sun. It's a Porsche. I don't have to use fuel at all.
I think right now...
You have to use fuel,
Uh-huh.
and then they'll say it's 300 bob, and then they'll say it's 500 shillings, and then you won't drive anymore. I mean, we've all been on the roads, no traffic. You are going to go with a hybrid until it goes wonk. I'm just going to be in a Porsche Taycan.
There's something you're ignoring. With the current economical state, with how things are going on, we also really have to factor in the issue of maintenance.
It's an electric car. It has zero maintenance.
Cost of buying.
You're just going to buy it once.
Our taxes.
It's 13 million shillings.
Yeah, I think there's another flight tax somewhere on the runway, JKIA.
All right. I have another one. Now, this one, I literally do have to use my phone, okay? I would go for AutoPax Air Yetu electric car. I'm sorry, it was meant to be a joke. I can't even say that in a straight face.
So, Martin, do you have to be here till the end of the shoot?
No.
We can leave.
No, you can sit.
If we're going to talk about that car, we're going to talk about it for the shoebox it is. Dude.
Okay, now, if you don't understand what this was a car that our able president, William Ruto, drove in for the recent Africa Climate Summit. He drove it in and he was like, this is our new alternative. Kenya is going electric. And I even saw recently, they were saying per every 25 kilometers of a highway, they're going to have charging stations. All this sounds great. And even the pricing sounds like 1.7, I think, for a 200-kilometer range one, and 2 million for a 300-kilometer range one. It all sounds great until you see the car. And then you're like, what are we even thinking?
Dude, do you know Nairobi drivers?
Come on.
If they bully demios, if they bully notes, what will they do to that tiny thing that you're going to be seated in with trucks on the road, with Prados, with the rest? Dude, no.
Please don't forget
that
Paradiso from Githurai.
Yes! For that price, 1.7 million shillings.
Yes. But I mean, we are actually talking about being sensible right now. If we are going to spend less money on all fuel, and even with a tough economic crisis, spend less on buying a car, I mean, why not? I mean, yes, I know it's a Chinese car. It is actually made and built and done everything in China. And then all we do is put a tag on it and say, yes, we're Kenyan.
Madilschy, let me tell you something. There's one thing about being a man. If you're a man, you need to have some pride. So there's no way you can drive a car that the name's variant is same as to that of a phone. You have the AutoPax Yetu, then you have the AutoPax Yetu Pro.
Does it come with the USB-C charging case?
Does it overheat?
Yes. Does it overheat? And then will
you expect a software update?
Yes. And then will we have the Pro Plus and the Pro Max and then the Pro Max and Plus?
Miss me with that.
Miss me with that.
All right. We're going to move on to the next.
Yeah.
So we did have 2 motor shows following in 2 consecutive weekends. So we had the KMI Motorshow, and then we had Concours de Elegance. Now, I didn't go for KMI because I was lazy, but I did go for Concours because I'm a hard-working Kenyan citizen. But you went for KMI.
Yes.
What was interesting?
China is taking over. Let me just say, we've had soft entrances by Chinese car makers, JAC to think about, bike BJ40, but that's controversial. But
it's called a Mobius 3.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on swiftly. A new entrant that I really loved was Haval. I mean, I didn't expect China to come that way, but China came that way. I mean, the kind of cars that were available are amazing. I can't remember half their names because, I mean, China does that thing of making it
everything has a letter variant.
Password of a name, but they were pretty nice. The other thing is the bikes. Motorrad Kenya, 4 million to be beat by the wind. Nah. Miss me with that. The other thing, 10 million for an Outback? Dude, this
10 million
country
already.
is crazy.
It's a good car. We will not deny Subaru Outback is a good car. But
Is that the top spec, or it still has the poverty button options there?
The
An
agony range, I
entrance
think they call
model,
it.
I think around 8.9.
Oh, okay.
But for the like really nice one, the car that I would buy,
Yeah.
10 point. Wow. Okay.
10 points used to be the entry-level price of a Porsche Cayenne.
Yeah, it still
For
is.
Subaru Outback, it's insane. But there is something else I do want to actually say. Two things, actually. So in the KMI show, which is the Kenya Motor Industry Auto Show, the highlights of the show were Chinese.
Yes.
Number two, I did see one picture, BMW X7.
Ah, love that thing.
Everyone was tweeting about it, and I couldn't help
Love
think
that
it
thing.
is single-handedly the ugliest car I've ever seen.
No way. No way. No
It's
way.
hideous.
It's not. I'm a Mercedes-Benz fan. God forgive me and people from Daimler. If I ever come to your factory, I
You
still
have to
love
do
you
penance
guys.
for what you've just said.
But the car is huge. I mean, it's in terms of size. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's almost the same size, if not bigger than the LX 570.
It's
Ooh,
bigger.
It is
It's
bigger.
bigger.
Bigger
Yes, it is
than the LX 570.
Yeah.
It is about the same size as a Range Rover Vogue.
The big daddy
And it's
one.
amazing.
So why not buy the Range Rover?
Because Range Rovers are overdone. I mean,
Oh
every
my
Tom,
gosh.
Dick, and Harry, every Tom, Dick, and politician has a Range Rover. I
No,
mean,
this is what you do.
I'm not looking for votes.
When I think of an SUV, I'm not thinking what type SUV. I'm just thinking what color Range Rover am I going to buy. When I'm thinking I need to go off-road, I'm like, what tires will I put on my brand new Range Rover?
So
Like that's the thing. It's the best of the
Okay.
SUV. But the X7, okay, granted, it's big, it's spacious. It's
It's
just
powerful.
hideous. I mean, I have to wake up in the morning and look at it as I walk to it and ask myself, why didn't I just get the Range Rover, which is the same price?
So Martin, there's something he's missed out. He also needs to add his annual premiums for AA
Yes.
and his local flatbed guy. Yeah.
You will
Yeah.
not tell me that. You will not
Inchcape
tell
Kenya
me
will
that.
be smiling to the bank.
They're going to be looking at me. I'm going like this
Yes.
idiot just bought a Range Rover.
But at the same time, let me give you the proposition of why the X7 is amazing. It's excessive. It's big. It's powerful.
Yeah.
It has a tailgate you can sit on.
That's what she said.
I always went to my Range Rover and thought, I can't sit at the double hinge tailgate. I just can't sit on it.
No, you can, but we need.
You look
I
at a
mean,
Range Rover and you go like, yeah, this person is short of cash.
Don't we always say diversity is strength? So now BMW are in the game. And let me tell you, the options on that car are excessive. BMW being BMW, except for the heated seats thing, BMW still need to talk, bruh. Why do I have to pay a subscription fee? Anyway, otherwise, it's a very great option. But for that kind of money, bruh.
30 million shillings for a car that I have to walk to when I'm doing this. And then just reach at the door and then get in and then open my eyes. I don't know. I can't pay 30 million for that. But I will pay 30 million for one car I did see at the Concours de la Gans. There were many cars. But only one caught my attention because I'm a diehard rally fan. 1992.
I already know which car.
Yes, 1992 Lancia Delta Integrale Group A Evo 1 HF.
Oh my God.
And it still runs.
Yes.
Oh my God. It not only runs, it is one of the best sounding rally cars there have ever been. I mean, 6 championships in. They had to be doing something right.
6 championships in a row, man. And this car was low key. Like, we got to the Concours and we thought, like, I didn't even expect it. And when I saw it, I nearly fell over. And no one cared. No one bloody cared about that
There's
car.
actually no one around the car when we walked to it.
Yes, there was
Very few
nobody.
people.
Like, people did not care. They were like, oh, that's an old car that has Martini on it. No one cares. But the rally guys, us, the moment that engine turned on, and then the guy drove it, and he's like, yeah, this is fully functional. As a matter of fact, it not only competed in Safari Rally, it finished, I think, on the podium.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm realizing that there are very many people who don't know what we are talking about, and they were there.
Yes.
It was that white car
Yes.
with the very many labels
Yes.
written Martini Racing.
Yes.
That's the Lancia Delta.
It's the one with the
Dude,
4 eyes.
if you did not take a photo,
Yes.
you missed out.
Yes.
It's a one-of-a-kind car. Plus, there was another car at a tuna fest in Nairobi.
Yes.
Another rally spec vehicle.
Go on.
1994
Yes.
Subaru Impreza World Rally car. I mean, Kenyans,
Yeah.
you're doing it.
Yes.
You guys,
Yeah.
you're bringing it.
Yes.
You're bringing it.
More
We are
of that,
happy.
please.
Please,
In this tough
do more.
economic crisis
Yes.
of fuel,
Show us where your money is coming
when
from.
we cannot buy those cars,
Yeah.
if you have that car, let us just see it, then let us hear it, and then possibly give us one night to just, touch it a little bit. We won't abuse it. It'll come back pristine. It won't come back a virgin, but it'll come back pristine. But we need more of those cars. Those cars,
Why do you only need it at night, though?
I mean, do you want it during the day with your friend? We need privacy.
Ah, okay.
Like that
okay.
Integrale, I nearly took it home before the owner looked at me and said he's going to shoot me in the head.
So,
Yes.
so I actually think
Yeah.
for these guys, they enjoy the real motorsport version of the car world in Kenya. For people who like nice cars, we're more of racers. So that refers to, we like the finer things. We don't want cars that are loud, that are very uncomfortable to sit in traffic.
You just heard what he said, right? You heard what I heard, right? He said Raisa.
You need a car that's beautiful. We had a Bentley, navy blue.
Yes.
We had a G-Wagon.
Yes.
To soup things up a bit, maybe
Yes.
get the dopamine levels a little bit higher. We also had the GTR. We also had the Nissan GTR there. Which other cars am I forgetting? Oh, but the Subaru. That was quite something.
Yes.
A sight to behold. A sight to
Yes.
behold. Yeah.
Well, on my end, personally, I love speed. And I will tell you something for free. A loud exhaust is a safety feature. Trust me. Nobody is going to be getting in your way with a loud exhaust. But think about the Note E-Power. Guys, think about it. Think about it. It saves money. But if you have money to blow, go loud. And if you go luxurious, go loud. The G63 is a loud thing. The Porsche GTS is a loud thing. Go loud. I mean, after all, if you have money, how else will we know you got it? We want to hear you from far. Go ahead, buy that expensive. This is a safety message. Buy the loud car. Enjoy safety.
And so there you have it in our very first episode where we did talk about fuel cost, the rising cost of fuel. We talked about the most fuel efficient cars you could buy, and we talked about the innovative Chinese cars that have come into the market. You can take one thing from us. In these hard economic times, buy the most expensive car you can get and let it be as loud as heck. I think that's a good message from the BANTER
Agreed.
Corner. Very good consumer advice. So
Yes.
that is it. We will see you next time where we will be talking about, some other thing that would have come up by then. But I am your host, Anthony Madilschy.
Martin from Speed Junkie Africa.
Follow him.
Dibo from Benz Movement, Kenya.
Follow him too. He's a racer, but he's a cool guy. See you next time. And if you're looking to buy a new car or import a new car, then please do visit the Cars 360 website. It is as easy as choosing a new car, paying a deposit, waiting 60 days, and taking delivery of your brand new dream car. Cars 360. We import, we insure, we maintain, we trade in. See you next time.